Hi, everybody. Welcome to It's Busy. Here we go. Everybody, it's busy. It is episode 567. And our topic today is self-care and friendship. Why is she talking about self-care? Well, this is the deal. As an empty nester, I have time that I didn't have before. And I feel like I'm with my husband all the time. As an empty nester and moving to a place to make friends, it's been hard. It's not easy. And I think it's really even harder when you've got somebody in your family, one of your kids that isn't talking to you, which has been happening to me for a long time. And I get in my head and I reached out to one of my best friends that I've had for like 40 years. It's kind of scary to say that, but I met her when, I guess it's been less than 40 years, but only a little bit less, like 38 years. And I was talking to her on the phone and she said, "Why don't you come visit me?" And that was last Sunday. So I booked a trip to go to Charleston and I had such an amazing time. And it was crazy because the weather was literally horrible. It rained the entire time. Not like little rain. It was like pouring, pouring, pouring. And the two of us sat around and we ate. We went out to eat. We watched TV. We did some shopping. We hung art in her house. And we laughed so much. It was the best medicine because I feel like, do I laugh that much in my real life? No, I wish I did, but I don't, not at this time in my life. I feel like, I don't know why, but because of the estranged child, my other two are just doing whatever they're doing. And I am sitting here as a empty nester and I have this hole. And your spouse can't always fill the hole that you have, unfortunately. Because for me, at least I believe, and this is only my opinion, like men want to fix everything. They want to go, "Oh, this is the problem. This is what I'm going to do to solve it. I'm not going to have this problem anymore. I'm going to do da, 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 da." Like they need their hammer and their wrench, literally, and they want to fix it. And we're like, "You can't fix it. I just want you to listen." And they can't always listen like a best friend can. And it's so nice when you're with a best friend because you don't have to talk about like who you are, what your family was like growing up. They saw it. They were there. They were by your side. And it was so funny because I said to somebody, we've been together through marriages. We've been together through divorces. We've been together through jobs, to moves, to babies, to now both empty nesters. And we just could sit and be together and just talk about what's going on, all of our feelings. And so many times I've thought to myself, so many people don't have this. Or if you do have it, for whatever reason, you don't reach out to the person that you love that you've had in your life forever. What is it? You think they're better than you, you're worse than them, or you're better than them and they're worse than you. They didn't get the same accolades you got. And we push them aside. But we remember that the friendship was so great back then. And we use what's going on today in our lives to put a kibosh to it. We're like, we're not reaching out to that person. Whatever happened, we're not talking anymore. And we've closed the door. And I don't want to go back to that door. It's too much. It's too hard. And I have to tell you, a lot of times when you pick up the phone and you reach out to a friend that you really care about, there's been times I didn't talk to this friend for years. And then there were times that we talked all the time. And it's ebbed and flowed like a friendship does. It's kind of like the wind, right? And it's taking the courage to go, I'm going to pick up this phone as heavy as it is. I go, is this going to be really heavy like a brick? Or am I going to pick it up and I'm going to be vulnerable and I'm going to reach out to my friend and I'm going to tell him where I am? Where am I at this moment? I need a friend. It's great to have a therapist, to have a coach. It's so important to have somebody that is non-judgmental, but it's also important to have those friends that know you to the core. They know what makes you tick. They know, the good and the bad. That you don't have to go and go divulge all these new things. They already know it. They aren't questioning you. They care about you. They want the best for you and you want the best for them. And that is it. I mean, my friend and I, we went out and we bought a piece of art for her house. And it's beautiful and it looks perfect where it is in her house. And we got to get together and we got to get the measuring tapes and the hammer and the nails and we could put it up. And does this look good? Does this not look good? And we took pictures for her sister to look, her sister's in Texas, and said, what do you think? And she loved it. And it was so great just to be there for my friend and be like, we got this. We can do this together. And it was funny because we said, is her husband going to notice it? And he did notice it after a little bit. He was like, is that painting new? And that was kind of funny. But to sit there and have those experiences with your best friend at like we're in our late 50s and go, oh my gosh, wasn't that fun? We were in the car. We laughed so hard about just silly stuff. And I was taking all these Instagram videos and TikTok videos. And my sister calls me and goes, oh my gosh, so sick of doing these Instagrams, doing your social media. And I was like, no, we're having so much fun. We laughed so hard because it was just impromptu. We were just being funny. And it's just, your friends anchor you. They get you back to zero. They get you to the place that you can feel like just you, be you. You know, I feel like right now with such the animosity in the world, at least for me, like I'm going through this and they can say, I hear you. I've gone through this too. Or I've had this happen and it's kind of similar to the way what you're going through, and just laugh about it. Like we're here. Life is such a gift. And when we're in these dark places, especially with the estrangement, and you can't cure it. You cannot cure estrangement. You cannot cure making somebody have a relationship with you, especially one of your children that said, I put up a boundary. I don't want to talk to you. You have to respect it. And you can keep going back in history and going, what did I do? What did I say? What did I do to cause this? I'm such a bad person. I'm such a bad mom. I'm such a bad this. I'm such a bad that. Well, the reality is you're not a bad mom. And you might have done something that you wish you could have changed, but you can't change it. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? When you have a friend there that you've had for a long time, they're going to be like, it's going to be okay, or it's not going to be okay. Is anything going to change? No. Having those friendships, they know our messy past and they love us anyway. They know what we've gone through. We've been with each other when we've lost our parents. I mean, I've only lost one parent and my friend lost both of her parents, but we can be there and we can love each other and know that we're not judging each other. You know, that's the biggest thing I'm realizing these days, is that for so long, I was a judger, right? I judge you. I judge your outsides. I'd compare you to what I'm doing on the inside. And judgment was so big for me that it was overwhelming and I hated it. And I remember for so long getting on my knees and saying, God, please take away my judgment. Please take away my judgment. Please. It's keeping me out of the sunlight of the spirit. It's keeping me in darkness. Only God can judge. It's not for me to judge and it's not for you to judge. And when we get in those places where we're judging, Judy, judging, we look at somebody, we check out their outfit, they're good, they're bad. We get a feeling from one time and we're like, oh, I'm going to carry that around. Don't do that. Ask God to take away your judgment. It finally disappeared. And now I can feel like, oh my gosh, I am in such a better place because I am not being judged, Judy. I am not making somebody worse so I feel better. Isn't that amazing? I can look at others. I can say, oh my gosh, did your friend let you really wear that outfit out? I can think those things. I mean, I saw somebody walking down the street in Charleston yesterday. I swear it looked like the person was wearing a teddy, one of those things you put on when you're lingerie. And I was like, didn't they get the memo that you wear something over that teddy when you walk outside? You don't wear just that. These kids today walk around in these outfits. You're like, did you not get the memo? Do we ever leave anything up to the imagination? Maybe we should cover some things. Let's see maybe what it looks like underneath that dress instead of wearing just the teddy, which you would normally only wear in a hotel room back in the day, thinking, and only with the person that you're married to. And you'd be like, okay, I'm only wearing this on my wedding night because I wouldn't feel comfortable wearing this. And now people are walking around in teddies with no dresses on top of them or shirts. Very interesting. I do judge that maybe a little bit. I go, where is your friend to tell you you shouldn't be wearing that? We do have to leave some things up to our imagination and say, can you believe we're this old now? I mean, as I mentioned last week, I just got asked if I wanted to get a senior citizen discount. So it's time to embrace it. So if you're out there this week, I want you to reach out to somebody that you can't stop thinking about. You're like, oh my gosh, I can't stop thinking about this. I can't stop thinking about this person. I want to talk to them. Why do they keep coming in my head? Don't let your past feelings or things that happened that were kind of minuscule that you can't even remember stand in the way of you reaching out to a good friend. Just do it. Call them. Say, do you want us to get on a FaceTime call? Or if they live locally, let's go meet at Starbucks or at your local coffee shop. Let's just take some time and get together. I haven't seen you in a long time. I want to get together with you. Let's just go talk. Go meet at a park. Go for a walk. The weather right now up in the Northeast, especially, is fabulous, I hear. Down here, it's still hot, but up there, it's cooler. And go for a walk with your friend. Plan for a date. Don't let something minuscule get in the way of your friendship. Self-care. Let's talk about self-care, you guys. Self-care sometimes is just taking a bubble bath, get in the bubble bath, relax, go for a walk, journal. I'm doing a 90-day journal entry thing that has everything from gratitude to what my dreams are, little goals I have for the week. What are my affirmations? What are my reflections from that, from writing? And for me so far, it has been a game changer. I've been doing it for over a week now, and I'm just doing it every morning. I did it when I was away, and just journaling and having gratitude is such self-care. It's such self-care just to write what's going on in your head, because sometimes you can't share it with anybody. So you have to share it with at least God. And I feel like, and I'd heard, and I've said this many times on the podcast, I'd heard from an old friend of mine that writing is like a direct link to God. So writing those affirmations and your dreams and your gratitude every day will really build your esteem. And a lot of us sometimes, especially if you've got an estrangement going on in your family, we don't have a lot of esteem. We're very sad by it. It's constant. We constantly think about these children and what's gone on and how we can change it. And we go crazy with it. But if we took the time to build our esteem for ourselves as human beings ourselves, besides being a mom or a wife or a sister or a daughter or all the other boxes we could fill with a check mark, we are human ourselves. And we deserve love towards ourselves. We deserve to take the time to build our self-esteem, even though it can be hard some mornings and you don't want to do it. But I promise you, if you do it, it will change your perspective. And that's all we need sometimes is a little change in our perspective. Try it. If you want to know all what I'm doing, email me at elizabeth@elizabethchance.com and I'll send you the list of what I'm doing. And, I do want to show you guys, I'm wearing my Blessed Mother from CB Jewelry. I love it. The ladies are coming on in September to talk about their line and their journeys with God they're both empty nesters as well. The founder, Shondi Sherritt and Tina Boyd, and they are coming on next month. And I'm so excited for you guys to hear more and see more about CB Jewelry. It's so beautiful. And I just know that I wear my Blessed Mother all the time and it makes me feel like she's with me. I don't know. It just makes me feel like she's with me, and their pieces are beautiful and they just look fabulous with everything. And if you want to go to cbjewelry.com and put in the code Bizzy, so go check it out. But that's one my Mary, I had to talk about that. And the reality is self-care and true friendships are my anchors. And I hope they can be yours too. Take care of you. It's not only on a plane when they say, oh my gosh, if this plane goes down, put the oxygen mask right on you. Do it today. Do it today. What are you going to do today that is going to bring you joy? It has nothing to do with anybody else in your life. No family members, no husband, no. You. Where are you going to find joy today? You can always watch my clips on Instagram. So follow me on social media. I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Facebook. I'm on all those. It's Bizzy. And I just want you to know you're not alone. That was so important to me. years ago because I felt like I was totally alone and I just lived in so much chaos, so much drama. And I felt like nobody else was going through these things in life. And I have to tell you, you are not the only one. You are not the only one. You are not alone. You are on a journey just like I am, just like everybody else is. And I hope some of these tools and reaching out to a friend, even though you might not haven't talked to them in a long time, reach out to them and say, hey, what's up? Want to grab coffee? It can change everything because you don't want to do this life alone. It's too boring to do it alone. And we don't want to have pity parties all the time about these kids that aren't talking to us anymore. Okay? We all know we did the best we could. We can't go back and change it. All we can do is move forward. And if people want to hold us to these things we said or did 100 years ago and not let it go, that's on them. It's called forgiveness. And forgiveness is hard. But let me tell you, if you don't get there and you want to carry this around and hate yourself, you've got to forgive you. It doesn't matter what they think. It's about you and how you look in the mirror and feel about yourself. So build some gratitude, build some self-esteem. Reach out to me at elizabethchance.com. If you like what you hear, please subscribe and share it with your friends. And know you are not alone. Please subscribe. And again, share this podcast with your friends. I would be so grateful. And I will be back on Thursday with another guest. But until then, stay well. And I'm thinking about you. You're not alone. It's busy. Thanks for listening. Elizabeth Chance here. And I'm so glad you stopped in to listen. Take care. Bye-bye. Thanks for listening. And please subscribe wherever you're listening to this podcast. Or if you're watching me on YouTube, press subscribe. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.